All right, folks, The Tomorrow War, a film that came out 5 days ago from me filming this, and I watched 4 days ago. I'm now reviewing it, because why not? Was there an expiration date? No. Okay, no. I'm going to review it. Watch it if you want. Don't if you don't. Let's talk about it. Folks, the film is a great opening that really builds curiosity, and then right after that you get the most basic, unoriginal character introductions, that you can have in a film. A dad that is a failure at his job with an estranged dad, but has a daughter that loves him, and he wants to do something with his life. You're not watching this film for the characters per se, but they're not great. Folks, the film has some great comedy. It really is just as much a comedy as it is anything else, a sci-fi film, an action film, and sort of expecting when you have Chris Pratt. I don't know if I was expecting this much per se, but also the side character really shines as well. I'm not sure of the actor's name or the character's name, but it's the dude who's like, this dude's wearing a chef hat, so you know what I'm talking about if you've seen the film. That dude's great. There's some comedy that feels a little misplaced. Doesn't seriously bother me. I know that's an issue for some people. When comedy doesn't sort of mesh with the action, it sort of kills a serious moment. In this film, in particular, it's not the biggest issue for me, but it's certainly there. Folks, the film has excellent visual effects. Really shouldn't be a surprise, but damn, it's got some good VFX. Oscar nomination worthy. There are a lot of contenders this year, obviously, but pretty good. I doubt it'll get in, of course. Just because there are a lot of contenders. I doubt I would probably even want it in after the end of the year. I think you're going to have contenders like Dune, Eternals, that will just be better. But that's not to say that this film doesn't have great VFX. Not all of the action is thrilling, and actually a lot of it, in my opinion, is fairly lackluster, unfortunately. It just feels like humans shooting monsters, and you get it once and you're like, okay, the first action scene really is the best. And then after that, really not consistently building enough upon it to make it more interesting. The premise is pretty good, the whole time traveling into the future to fight a war that will mean human extinction. It's a good premise, but again, the characters and the story itself outside of the premise, right, if that makes sense, is not so good. Folks, I love a pretty good time travel movie, so obviously this is a film that, sort of appeals to me. I think probably a bit late to mention that into the video, but there's my bias. There are, I don't know about a few, but there's some twists in here, some so-called twists. One in particular, if you've seen the film, and it's very, 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 very obvious. It's glaringly obvious. And it's not like an end of the movie twist or anything like that, so they don't try to make a big deal out of it, but it's still obvious. Folks, the film is just too long. It really doesn't warrant 2 hours and 20 minutes. A lot of it is fluff, action scenes, comedy. It doesn't need the length. It's sort of split up in 3 sections, and hey, just give me a sec, I'll get to that thought. Folks, the film is split up in 3 sections, as I just mentioned, and this is how I view them each. The first act, before the war, is enjoyable. I actually quite like it despite its basic nature, because you get just human things, human elements, despite me not liking the characters. The bulk of the film is the second act, the middle portion, in which he fights the war, and the first fight is great. It's one of the best scenes of the film, and then after that it's just not good. I don't enjoy it pretty much at all. It's not entertaining, it's not captivating. I don't like it. I just don't like it. The final act is probably my favorite part of the film, and it's where they have to go back and stop everything from ever happening. I enjoy that part. You sort of get everyone that you've gathered in the film thus far to go help. You got characters like people like J.K. Simmons, which I love, Chris Pratt, of course. It does feel fresh because it's in a different environment. It's the part I enjoy the most, but even that isn't enough to save the film. Folks, I'm going to have to give The Tomorrow War a C. I definitely enjoyed parts of it. It's not a low C by any means. It's one of the higher ones. But it's not my favorite time travel film. It's not my favorite action film. It's not my favorite comedy. It doesn't do too much different. And a lot of it is just bland, generic, except for the premise, which is a good premise. A little wasted. Tomorrow War gets a C. Alright, folks, so that's my review of the Tomorrow War. If you've seen it, let me know what you thought of it. Again, a few days late, who cares? Never hurt anybody. Did it? I mean, I don't know, maybe it did. You let me know if it hurt you down below in the comments, folks. I've been Needy PC Reviews. You have been just the best. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.